I feel like the Tour de France is more boring than ever now, and this is all happening because of the domination of UAE Team Emirates. In particular, obviously, Tadej Pogacar with his insane performances, which we've become used to over the past 5 years or so, but it's just becoming a bit too much. And I mean, we're at stage six, and already the Tour de France looks over. So this is the current GC after 7 stages of racing. Yesterday was more of a sort of flat stage, but stage 6 was the big one up the Tourmalet. And already the GC is starting to take shape after less than a week of proper racing at the Tour de France. And Tadej Pogacar, the dominator, by far the strongest rider in the world, probably ever, is already 2 minutes 42 on his main rival, Jonas Vingegaard. And let's not forget, Vingegaard is the guy who destroyed the Giro, who was just untouchable there. Obviously his rivals weren't as strong as at the Tour de France, but still the numbers he was doing were elite and some of the best numbers ever seen in cycling. But it's nothing compared to Tadej Pogacar and what he's capable of doing at the Tour de France in 2026 with his team UAE Emirates, and their squad is very strong, especially with the presence of the likes of Isaac Del Toro, who he himself is a stage race winner of the Tour Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes, the Criterium Dauphiné. And look at him here, setting up Pogacar. Already they've dropped everyone, the two of them, and Del Toro is still on the front. Then Pogacar comes through to basically finish off the job and continues to open the gap to Vingegaard. He keeps the gap around 8 seconds, 9 seconds, and it stays there, stabilizes for about 5 minutes or so, and then that's it. It just grows out. And clearly Pogacar's zones are just totally different to everyone else's. You can recover at Jonas's top effort. His threshold is like Pogacar's recovery at effort, and then he can just continue drilling it on the front of the race here at a crazy watt per kilo. And this guy isn't even the leanest guy. We've become used to Tour de France winners being absolutely shredded like Vingegaard, but Pogacar isn't even that shredded. He's just totally different. But I'm just tired of it. I feel like it's not entertaining for the viewers anymore as much as... I mean, we used to complain about the Sky days when Team Sky would just sit on the front of the race and no one could attack. And yeah, that was pretty boring, but at least the race went on to the final mountain stage, whereas nowadays it doesn't even get down to the final mountain stage anymore. The race is tied up and finished because we know what Pogacar can do. We know he's going to be doing this for the mountain stages to come. We know the next mountain stage he's going to do this again and again and again, unless there's a breakaway that they allow to go up the road. But we're probably just going to keep seeing Pogacar dominate. I mean, it's the most likely scenario at this point. And we're just going to see Vingegaard try to follow him. Probably, we're not even going to get a duel between these two. It's just like a race of 3 speeds. So the fastest speed, Pogacar, second fastest, Vingegaard, and then everyone else. I don't think that's very entertaining. Just watching, one guy at the front, second guy on his own, trying to chase that guy, but he's never going to catch him, and then everyone else just fighting for third. I mean, what's the point? Am I going to invest hours of my time like I normally do watching this race when I know one team have just the stranglehold over the whole thing? And I'm not sure whether this is even legitimate. I'm a cyclist myself, obviously nowhere near this level, but I'm a competitive rider. I've raced, and I know how it feels to be at your limit for, with all the pressure on you to keep on going. And it's just unbelievable that one guy can just literally just ride away from everyone seemingly easily. Obviously he's a very talented guy, but it just, for me, the sport has had enough of its cheaters in the past, and it's hard to know for sure whether this is legitimate. I mean, the money involved here, UAE have the big money, don't they? And they're obviously going to want results to justify all the millions they receive from the investors. So having a goat like Pogacar on the team is a perfect way to justify that. But obviously there's no proof either way whether someone's clean or not. We just have to trust that the testing is working and there's no corruption going on. But I don't know how confident we can really be that that's the case. At the end of the day, I just want to be entertained, and at the moment, this just doesn't feel very entertaining. Unless you love Pogacar. If you're a huge Pogacar fan and you just love watching him ride away and win more, and you're fascinated by that, well, that's great, and I'm glad you enjoy it. But for me personally, I am a Pogacar fan as much as I am a Vingegaard fan. I'm just a fan of the sport, and I want to see some entertaining racing, really. I want to see guys battling it out together on the mountain and then maybe sprinting up for the victory at the end, or finally maybe up to the last kilometre we finally see one of them crack, and then the victory is more earned. Then I want to see a rivalry that's closer fought, where the gaps aren't as large as this, where it kind of can go down to the final stage. I want to see some racing that's a bit more unpredictable, whereas this is very predictable. Like, every single mountain stage will pretty much be, the stage result will pretty much reflect the GC every single time, with Pogacar winning, Vingegaard second, and then maybe Remco third, or I don't know, maybe Sass will be able to take third by the end of this, but or even Del Toro. I mean, if Del Toro takes third, I mean, well, that's incredible from UAE to be able to do that, but that seems more interesting to me than the battle for second or first at this point. The battle for third seems to be the most interesting contention point at this Tour de France now, which is just ridiculous. We should be talking about the first place finish at this point in the race. We shouldn't be talking about third. I mean, come on, this is crazy. This is not, how entertaining is this going to be if this is the way it is for another 2-3 years? I mean, I don't know how many people are going to keep on tuning in, because the subscription price to watch this race is getting higher and higher in this country. In the UK, you can only watch it through TNT now, and that's £30 a month, which is extortionate, really. I mean, we already have so many things we have to pay for every single month. To add £30 just to watch some racing, which is just boring at this point, it's just not justified. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and whether you agree with me. Obviously, you might not, but I just wanted to sort of resonate with the people who feel the same way.